Hello and happy Thursday. Thank you all for joining me today. I am Dr. Candida. For those of you that are new, I'm a naturopathic doctor as well as an intuitive healer. Welcome if you're new, and if you are a repeat viewer and or subscriber, thank you for your continued support and welcome to you as well. Thanks for stopping by. So today I wanted to thank you all for everybody that voted on Instagram and Facebook for what today's video would be. That was super fun. And today the 1 minute metabolism boost exercise 1. So next week we'll do the releasing anger and rage and emotions. So again, like, subscribe, share, turn on the notification bell, and you'll get all of these different videos. So today we are going to talk about this really cool exercise that I learned about where you have to exercise for 1 minute. And what this does is it boosts your metabolism, it gives you energy, it decreases your hunger, it'll help with weight loss, joint pain, it'll help with taking away headaches, it'll improve sleep. I mean, this is just this really cool exercise that I learned about last week. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how I came to learn about it and what my personal experience has been this week. And then I'm also going to share what it is. And I'm also going to explain all the benefits, why it's so cool. And also, I'm going to give 3 different tiers of what you can do, like how far you want to invest into doing this exercise, always just exercising for 1 minute. At the end of the video, we're all going to do the 1 minute exercise together, and whether you are able to stand up or you can only sit down for whatever reason, or you're actually just in bed and you can't get up, you can still do that. There's no excuse. Like, everybody can do this. According to Dr. Wilson, who taught me this, he said that it's safe for everybody and you don't have to be standing up. So really great for people that have a bum knee or are in bed and can't get up, or sitting down and not ambulatory. So, okay, why did I come about this? All right, so last week, or the last few weeks, I have to do the certain amount of continuing education hours for my naturopathic license before I recertify every year. I do them typically through the AARM. It's the American Association of Restorative Medicine. They're really great speakers. I always learn and remember, and I always really enjoy doing the videos there and attending the conferences. So I was watching one, and it was with Dr. Wilson, and maybe some of you know Dr. James Wilson. He started a company called Dr. Wilson's Protocol back in 1992. So this is somebody who's a very established doctor. He's well researched. He thinks outside the box. He uses a lot of herbs and nutraceuticals, and he has just this really great career. And I just had so much fun learning about this. So I was watching, and I started to do this 1 minute exercise. And the thing that a few things intrigued me the most. And the first thing was that he was reiterating what so many of us have heard already, that doing the long cardio can actually burn our adrenals out. Like, if you're exercising to the point that you're actually tired after, you're actually burning out your adrenal glands, which then causes a lot of cortisol being released and inflammation, and it can kind of put us in a vicious cycle that is not beneficial for our bodies. So that was the first thing that he was talking about, and the reason why I was listening again, I've heard this obviously many times before, but I wanted to open up my mind to it because I've noticed that as somebody who has been a long distance walker and a crazy treadmill lady exerciser for over 30 years. I'm 49 years old now, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager, walking for an hour and a half up hills in the mountains, doing a treadmill at high speed, and speed walking at at inclines for like an hour at a time, 3 to 5 days a week, 5 to 7 days a week sometimes. I've noticed that once I hit like maybe 45-ish or so, but definitely like 40, in general, all of our metabolism starts slowing down. And cardio just doesn't get to the problematic spots that many of us are struggling with. And that's the visceral fat, the fat around the trunk, the love handles, the back fat, the belly pooch. Those are the visceral fat is what actually predisposes us to a lot of chronic illness later on, like, heart disease and diabetes and things like that. And so I just thought I'd pay attention. I really enjoy this guy, like his supplement line. He was a really fun speaker. So I was like, I'm just going to open up my mind to it because I love doing my cardio. But I have noticed it maybe thins down my legs a little bit, and it's good for my mind. But I do feel a little achier. I feel a little more tired, a little more wired and tired when I go to bed at night. These are all symptoms of adrenal fatigue and eventually adrenal exhaustion. So I wanted to try something else. So what he suggested is the HIIT, which is I'm sure many of you have heard of it. It's the high intensity interval training. And I've done it before, like on YouTube videos, but I always found that it was a little cumbersome. I had to like pull out a mat. I kind of had to kink my neck to kind of watch and see what they were doing. A couple of times I felt like I was a little bit in pain. Like I wondered if I injured myself, like pulled a muscle or something here and there. I had to put on a bra, which I hate doing sometimes, especially when I have like a home day and I just have so much to do around the house. Sometimes I get really sick of wearing bras. And so I had to put on sneakers. They were about like anywhere from 7 minutes to about 30 minutes. I don't know. I just found myself not wanting to do it. I didn't find myself like getting excited to go do it. I really liked just going back to my exercise, my treadmill or my long walks. So when you said it was a minute, I was like, well, I can't argue a minute. Everybody's got a minute. Everybody's got a minute, period. So, okay. So, those were the pieces, and that anybody can do it, I thought was really cool also. So, the big reveal. What is this minute? What are we doing for 1 minute? We are going to shiver. I know, it sounds ridiculous. I'm kind of like, I can't believe I'm on I'm on the interwebs talking about shivering for a minute, but it does make sense. When we get hungry and when we wake up in the morning, we're typically kind of cold, kind of achy. We want that warm beverage, especially when we're over 40, over 50, over 60. Like, it's that, we're grabbing for the coffee and stuff, getting ready for the day. Like many of us have that kind of cold feeling when we're getting out of bed. It's because we haven't eaten in a long time, right? In theory, we haven't eaten in 8, 10, 12 hours, however long it's been for you. And so our metabolism is low in that moment. When we're hungry, our metabolism is low, and we are and we're cold, we're depleted, we're tired, we want to eat. Even if you wake up in the morning like me and you're not hungry, but you're grabbing at that coffee, I found that he was right. The shivering wakes you up. It just wakes you up, and it's like it shakes your joints or something. It's like every single muscle in your body is ignited. You're breathing heavily. It's just your whole body just kind of wakes up. It was really interesting, and I can't believe I'm going to do this later in the video, but I am, and I hope you are too with me. So he was, talking a little bit more about it, and I think I said this before, but your joint pain just kind of goes away as you shiver. The headaches, if you get prone to headaches, you just naturally get more energy. You're not hungry. You're not ready to just like nibble and eat and overeat. It just gives you energy. And I found that, like he said, I slept better at night. It was really, really interesting. So here are the three things that you can do, and I kind of say that they're like three tiers. The first tier is just wake up in the morning and shiver. That's it. Just shiver for 1 minute. And then that's it. Go about your day, see how you feel. Okay? The second thing is that the second tier is shiver in the morning when you first wake up, and then wait until you're hungry again, maybe another half an hour or an hour. And then when you start getting hungry, shiver again. Push it out as far as you can. Then you're adding a little bit more fasting, and your body, what's happening with the shivering is that when you're in that kind of depleted state and your body is hungry, it hasn't eaten in a while, what you're doing is you're going into your glucose storage, which is glycogen, and you're mobilizing this fat in your body. It's all of this storage. It's like, think of a bear in hibernation, right? Like pulling in all that, getting all like kind of heavier so it can be in its hibernation for the winter. So if the body has no immediate sugars from food to be utilizing, then it's going to go into that stored fat. And as you mobilize that, you're going to be burning away what is stored already, rather than trying to get caught up and burn away all of the food that we eat throughout the day. So the longer you can wait, the better it's going to be for you. You're always just doing the 1 minute. And then when you are ready and you are at that point where you want to eat, shiver one more time and then eat until you're no longer hungry, like a normal sized meal. Try not to overeat anytime, and any time in the day. If you're just feeling like, oh, I'm kind of tired at 2 o'clock, I want sugar, I'm feeling peckish, I want some fat, I want some I don't know, chocolate or sugar or caffeine or salt or something, go ahead, excuse yourself. Even if you're at work, go to the bathroom, shiver for a minute, take your phone, put your little timer on, see if it takes it away. So that's the second tier. In that second tier, you could do, if like, I understand that a lot of us are working in the day. So, you don't want to wake up at 5 to be able to do three different bouts of shivering, right? An hour interval a piece, right? If you have to be at work at 8 or 9, right? So try to do it a couple of times in the morning, and then do it a couple of times in the afternoon if you get that slump in the day, in the afternoon at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock after lunch. And then maybe try doing it again before dinner. So try to get in 3, maybe 4 or 5 a day, and see what works for your schedule. The third tier is to actually add intermittent fasting. We know, I don't need to talk about this. I'll say briefly, we know that intermittent fasting is really great for the body. It prevents lots of chronic disease. It's really good for decreasing inflammation. It kind of starves out like cancerous cells. It starves out any of the bacteria or the fungus or the viruses, any of the critters that we don't want to be feeding throughout the day. When we do this intermittent fasting, it's just a really nice break for our bodies to kind of just get caught up a little bit. So it's a nice idea to do some intermittent fasting. So that's the third tier. You could do it like maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or maybe Tuesday and Thursday, or maybe you could try to do it 5 days a week. And the more you fast, the better. A lot of the studies have shown that allowing yourself to only eat 8 hours a day, and then allowing the other 16 hours to be no calories. So you can drink water. In the morning, you could have a cup of black coffee or black tea or green tea if you want. You could add like a no calorie, like a keto creamer, like a macadamia or something like that, if you really need to add something to your coffee or tea. And you hydrate. And then any other exercise you do is just for fun, right? You might want to go for a walk. I still go on my treadmill. I just do it for a little bit less. I don't let myself get so exhausted. And see how you feel. So let's shiver, okay? So, yeah. So whether you're lying down, whether you're sitting down, or if you want to get up, go ahead and do that now. And I'm just going to turn the timer on. Remember, ignite all the muscles and breathe, and really breathe, okay? Ready, set, go. So I'm out of breath, I'm having a hard time talking, sweaty, it's harder than you think. Take a nice deep breath. How are you feeling? Comment below. So play around with this. Let me know how you feel, what you notice. Eat sensibly. Shiver, bump up that metabolism. Let's start burning away some of that stored stuff that you don't need anymore, right? And thanks again for stopping by. Any support is so appreciated. And we will see you next time. Have a great day.